Cleveland fans are both worse than garbage and responsible for the greatest threat to professional sports as we know it.
I hope he never wins any championships wherever he's at, because he's a loser, he's not a winner.
I mean, what do we look like begging somebody to stay and play for us? If you're going to be here, you're going to be here, and if you're not, then just be gone.
He deserves everything he gets. I hope he never wins anything in Miami. He is dead to me.
Was this worse than 9/11?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man? Bro, I'm out, man. That nigga's tripping. Witness that, LeBron! Witness that!
A high school game here in Cleveland has attracted a crowd of 10,000 here tonight, but it's not just any high school game. It's phenom LeBron James against the #1 ranked team in the country, Oak Hill.
So it all started back in 2003 when a 17-year-old kid who everyone thought would be the next Michael Jordan was enlisted in the NBA draft straight out of high school. It was the perfect fairy tale origin story. The kid from Akron, Ohio was raised by a single mother, scratched and clawed his way up to the big leagues. Physically and athletically, he was seen as a one-of-one basically right out of the gate. He was the chosen one after all. But his freakish athletic abilities aside, what fascinated GMs was the kid's maturity, commitment, and genuine respect and love for the game. Even as a child, LeBron proved to be somewhat of a basketball historian as well as a media-trained prodigy.
LeBron, with all the hype going into this game, playing against the #1 team on national television, did you feel a lot of pressure coming into this?
Well, it's a different game, a different atmosphere today. And today, we're playing the #1 team in the country. And I don't think it was no pressure for our team. I think it was more pressure for the fans, to come in here. We lost the last 2 years, and we just wanted to come here and get a victory.
The cover of USA Today, the cover of ESPN magazine last year on Sports Illustrated's cover. What do you think? Is this too much, or is it too much pressure for you?
Well, I think it's no pressure for me. I think if I come out and play my game and get my team involved in the game, it's a lot of notoriety for me and my teammates, but I just go out, play my game every night and give it our all. And if we give it 110% like we did tonight, it's no pressure for us.
And so when Cleveland broke the news that they would have an opportunity to grab one of their very own in the NBA draft, LeBron James seemed to be the very obvious decision, even ahead of more physically matured and established collegiate superstars like Darko Milicic, Carmelo Anthony, Chris Bosh, and Dwayne Wade. So they drafted him. Cavs fans knew what they had their hands on. The kid was incredible. They were living out their dream. Well, sort of, because although LeBron was playing at an all-time great level super early on, the rest of the team, to be completely honest, they stunk. And that proved to be the case time and time again. For not 1 year, not 2 years, not 3 years, not 4 years, not 5 years, not 6 years, but 7 years. And when an organization can't seem to construct a decently competitive team with LeBron James on it for 7 years, naturally, LeBron and his circle couldn't help but wonder, hey, maybe I'm not the problem. Maybe my organization is incompetent and wasting the best years of my career, which eventually led to what we now know as the decision. The decision was LeBron's 2010 nationally televised ESPN special where instead of just tweeting Miami Heat, let's get it, he sat down in front of Jim Gray and the entire planet to dramatically announce that he was
going to take my talents to South Beach.
It was the sports equivalent to breaking up over a Jumbotron. Cavs fans didn't just get dumped, they got dumped in 4K. Well, technically HD. And you'd probably imagine, yeah, well, the guy grew up there, he brought them their first finals appearance in, oh yeah, franchise history, give back to the community in massive ways, all while playing with the horribly constructed roster every single year thanks to Cleveland's horrible front office. Surely Cleveland fans were kind, understanding, and respectful of his decision, right? Nope. Okay, so now you're probably thinking, but at least Cavs ownership probably pleaded with fans to take it easy on the guy and be grateful for the time they had with him, right? Nope. Instead, Cavs owner Dan Gilbert published this letter. Dear Cleveland, all of Northeast Ohio and Cleveland Cavaliers supporters wherever you may be tonight. As you now know, our former hero who grew up in the very region that he deserted this evening is no longer a Cleveland Cavalier. This was announced with a several-day narcissistic, self-promotional build-up culminating with a national TV special of his decision, unlike anything ever witnessed in the history of sports and probably the history of entertainment. Clearly, this is bitterly disappointing to all of us. The good news is that the ownership team and the rest of the hard-working, loyal, and driven staff over here at your hometown Cavaliers have not betrayed you, nor never will betray you. Gilbert also went on to say things like, you simply don't deserve this kind of cowardly betrayal, and I personally guarantee that the Cleveland Cavaliers will win an NBA championship before the self-titled former king wins one. You can take it to the bank.
Psych! Y'all know what today is. Today is Taco Tuesday! When is it, Z?
But wait, there's also my personal favorite. This shocking act of disloyalty from our homegrown chosen one sends the exact opposite lesson of what we would want our children to learn and who we would want them to grow up to be. But the good news is that this heartless and callous action can only serve as the antidote to the so-called curse on Cleveland, Ohio. Sleep well, Cleveland. Tomorrow is a new and a much brighter day. I promise you that our energy, focus, capital, knowledge, and experience will be directed at one thing and one thing only: delivering you the championship you have long deserved and is long overdue. Signed, Dan Gilbert, majority owner of the Cleveland Cavaliers. And here's the funny thing. Cleveland and Dan Gilbert swore LeBron would never amount to anything without them, but in Miami, LeBron went to 4 straight finals, won 2 championships, grabbed 2 finals MVPs, and leveled up from kid from Akron to full-on basketball supervillain. Every time he held up that Larry O'Brien trophy, you could practically hear Dan Gilbert furiously typing yet another hate letter. And if you ask me, this letter, combined with the outrage and jerseys being burnt, ultimately helped spark the greatest stretch of hate watching in the history of sports. And in doing so, Cleveland birthed the devil reincarnate himself, Skip Bayless, in return causing the most deceitful and non-objective media runs of all time. Skip Bayless is the greatest threat not only to basketball, but the nature of sport itself. And before you start saying things like, well, the dude's show fell off, he's 73 years old and just about retired, how could he be considered the greatest threat to professional sports as we know it? Well, let me explain. Skip Bayless taught us that hate is in fact stronger than love. Because even though actual LeBron James fans recognized him as a once-in-a-lifetime athlete, for whatever reason, they couldn't help but watch Skip Bayless tear him apart on television day after day after day. And honestly, I was a part of the problem. Even though I hated him so much, there was just something about Skip that we all found so freaking entertaining. And here's the thing. This isn't just some weird Skip Bayless phenomenon. There's an actual theory behind it. Philosophers and psychologists call it negativity bias. Humans are hardwired to pay more attention to threats, conflict, and outrage than to harmony or praise. Back in caveman days, ignoring a threat could get you killed. In sports media, it just gets you glued to your TV while Skip cooks up another wild take about LeBron. There's also Schadenfreude, the German word for pleasure from someone else's misfortune. Even if you love LeBron, part of you almost enjoys seeing someone else try to tear him down just so you can root for him to prove them wrong the next game. Hate became this twisted fuel, and Skip Bayless figured out how to bottle it, slap an ESPN or Fox Sports logo on it, and sell it to America every weekday morning. So in the end, Cleveland didn't just lose LeBron, they accidentally created a hate-powered sports media empire. And that empire works because of a truth that's bigger than basketball. The people who root against you can push you just as much and sometimes more than the ones who root for you. Every boo, every burnt jersey, every bad headline is a weight on the bar. And the great ones, they lift it. Whether you're chasing a championship or your own goal, remember this. The road to greatness almost always runs straight through someone else's doubt. Just ask Cleveland.
I'm gonna catch up on your jersey, nigga. I'm gonna catch up on your jersey, nigga.